morning, everybody, and welcome back. We are in front of the grapes today. As you can see behind me, we have a bunch of grapes that we are going to need to get picked today. It is supposed to get up to 112 today, so we're going to get busy doing this. And then I also wanted to take you in and show you what project Tom has going on in the kitchen. It's a fun one. Before we go in the house, I want to show you how crazy these bees are getting because it's so hot outside. They're even getting into my chicken's water. So I've got another thing of water in there for the girls that's got ice in it. And I've got another tub over there. You can probably see it better if we walk around this way. See what they're doing. Let's zoom out a little bit here. It's just the top of one of our storage lids containers, and they use it to stand in. I put ice water in there so it cools their feet and keeps their temperature cooled down. They keep going into that other one that I have for water too. That's okay. I'm trying not to pick too many of these at a time because I don't want to put them in my freezer this year, so I want to have them to just eat off the vine. So good. Let's go in and see what Tom is doing. So before we get to what Tom is doing, I want to show you what happened, what we came up with for the applesauce. We came up with the there's 5 strawberry banana applesauce and 7 of the regular applesauce that we came out with all of those apples. But these are quarts. A lot of people fill in the pints. So I did go quarts. Because I feel like we will go through it fast enough when it's in the refrigerator. You do need quite a few apples to fill that many quart jars. So really proud of that. Now let's see what Tom's doing today. He has decided to make some jerky, and we had all of those peppers that we had picked, and he just got done grinding all those up, and you can't believe the heat smell of spice that is in this house right now. When we do this, we use gloves. He wears a mask, and that doesn't even totally help. I mean, those masks are not good enough for keeping everything out. So if you do this, be very cautious because it does get into the air. But look at that beautiful blend. That is a mix of all of our hot peppers. And when he mixes them, we dry them in the dehydrator first, and then he uses this coffee grinder. We have it especially for our hot peppers. And then this is another attachment that came with our lamb. It didn't come with our lamb, but we purchased it through lamb. And it cuts the meat. I went to Costco yesterday and I bought 2 packages of Eye of Round roasts, and he is cutting it. And this is all cut meat. Look at those slices. How beautiful those slices come out. And then he uses a blend, which we got from Cabela's, I believe. And they have different blends. So we're going to be doing a hickory, and then I believe with the mesquite, he is mixing in his pepper blend with the mesquite to have a really spicy jerky. And then I have him make me sticks instead of the slices. And he'll be using regular hamburger for that, very lean hamburger. And I wanted the smoky blend and the either hickory or mesquite. I love either one of those, but I like a softer meat. Like so, those sticks will end up looking like this here, and then the slices are a little bit chewier, but they both have amazing flavor. So he's going to be going on that. So right now we have to do the curing process, and that takes 24 hours. So once that's done, then we'll show you how we lay those out on the dehydrator trays, and we are getting going on some jerky.
Here, look at that meat. Show that meat.
He wants me to show you this meat. That's what that looks like after he's done the cure, and you can see all the pepper flakes in there from the peppers that he did. Which flavor is that one?
That's the mesquite.
That's the mesquite
with our hot pepper mix.
with the hot pepper mix. Yep. Awesome. Okay, our next project is going to be using up our Pluerries. These are a mix between a plum and a cherry, and they are so good. We had to pick them off the tree, and now they are at full ripeness. They need to be done today. They won't last another week in here. They'll start shriveling up if I don't deal with these today. So we've got those ones, and then I've got these ones over here. And what I have to do is half them and then pit them. And then I'm going to have to cook them down, and then I need 6 cups of pulp for making jam. Those grapes that we picked, I took them off the main stem, and I put these 2 together, and I've got another one that I de-stemmed, all of them that we can use for snacking on. And I put that in the refrigerator already. Let me show you what we got going on in the fridge. Tom has all of his meat curing in here. So he did a mesquite mixed with the hot, and then he did a regular mesquite, and then he did, what was the other one that you did? A 3-pepper blend. And here's our beautiful grapes right here. So we did that. And then out here in the garage, I've got the dehydrator going, and we've got the remainder of the peppers that were not dry, which wasn't very many. And then I've got 2 trays of grapes that were a little bit on the softer side that I am going to turn into raisins. So I'm going to work on those plums, and then we'll start making some jam. We are done cutting up those Pluerries. Aren't they beautiful? They are getting nice and soft. As soon as they're done cooking here, I'm going to immersion blend them a little bit. Then we are going to stir in the pectin, bring it to a boil, and Then we need to add our sugar and bring that to a rolling boil, and I believe I'm going to let it do the rolling boil for 2 minutes instead of 1. I feel like I personally have had better luck with that. We'll see what the consistency is. Okay, we are back doing another batch of the jerky. This is the ground beef that Tom is going to be doing for me so that we can do the sticks instead of the slices. And we got this meat from, who was it? I'll have to put a link to who we got it from, but it's grass-raised, grass-fed, grass-finished
Simpson
beef.
Meats.
Simpson Meats, there we go. Good job.
Out of Tennessee.
Out of what? Tennessee?
Out of Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a very good quality meat. We've really loved all the stuff that we've gotten from them. So Tom put in 5 pounds of meat, 3/4 cup of the
Seasoning.
High Country smoky blend seasoning, and 1/8
5/8
or 5/8 teaspoon of the cure. And then we'll get this in a baggie, and it will also have to go with the rest of the stuff to cure for 24 hours. We are now making the sticks. These are my favorite. These are the ones that Tom makes for me. This is also a Lem product, and it's just a gun. And he starts at the top, and you just keep putting pressure on the trigger, and it feeds the meat through and makes nice long sticks. These are smoky flavor. While Tom is in the house finishing up that jerky, I am going to show you what happened out here in the garden after I did that fertilizing video for you guys. If you remember how beautiful all of those cucumbers looked when we did that video, I need to get in here before the bees start waking up, because once they get in here, I'm not going to be able to be in here. These bees are insane right now. Anyway, you can see I already took out a couple of plants, but I had this whole trellis right here lined with the cucumbers. And as you can see, they are all dead. They are dead. And that tomato plant right there is dead. So I fertilized with that pepper fertilizer, which the pepper plants absolutely love, but it's 11-11-40. So lesson learned. It's the NPK, so the nitrogen is 11, the potassium is 11, and the phosphorus is 40. So obviously these plants do not like a high phosphorus amount. So I'm going to have to get the rest of these plants out of here, tear down that tomato plant, and I even have a couple pepper plants that are just doing terribly since we did that fertilizing. So I'm not sure what I did wrong, if I just gave them too much, and then when you do water, the water goes through the pots and it's on the ground, and then the plants are soaking it up from the base also. So that could have something to do with it, but a lot of the peppers look great. I'm very happy that it didn't affect my, oh my gosh, it didn't affect my melons. I did have one melon that did die. That was one of these Niors, but I still got the other ones. And you can see right there is one of those. But that other plant that was in the front had 3 on it, and I lost all of those. But look at that. That's a Tigger. It's kind of weird though. It looks like the outside of it doesn't look right. So we'll have to watch that one and see what happens. It might just be ripening up. I've never had the Tigger melon before. And our Kajaris are still doing great on the vine. Look, this one's changing. It's getting ready. So I'm going to get these cucumbers and stuff out of here and get out of this area before the bees come back. Alright, we got the cucumbers all cleaned out, and I wanted to show you, this is the Picasso melon. Here's the one that we're waiting to ripen. Isn't that beautiful? You can see how it's starting to change different colors. But I'm noticing with some of our smaller fruits, let's see if I can find the one here. You can see the roughness on this outer skin of this one. And then this one here is the Picasso. And I'm not sure if something tried getting a hold of that or what's going on with that one. And then over here, I showed you that Tigger melon that also has some weird stuff going on with the outer core. So all of this has happened since I used that fertilizer. So I definitely won't be using fertilizer in the raised beds. The peppers that are in the raised beds are going to have to be fertilized with fish emulsion or fresh compost, or not fresh compost, but broken down compost that has a lot of nutrients in it. So we got this all cleaned up. It looks a lot better. And now let's go see something beautiful. Look at this, you guys. This dahlia is just going insane. When they start dying, they start getting that brown on them. But these ones are just starting to ripen. I've still got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more heads on this thing. This is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, look. Look at that. Oh, Lord have mercy. I cannot wait till that one opens up. Oh, that is going to be amazing. Beauty in the garden. No better way to start the day. All right, everybody. It's been a couple of days since we did the video on the jerky and the Pluerry jam, and taking care of some of our grapes. So we've got that done, and I ended up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 half pints, jelly jars of the Pluerry jam. It is just wonderful. It turned out very well. I can actually open up a jar for you and show you. 2 of them I didn't even process. So you can see that it's a little loose in consistency, but, and that's in the, after it's been in the refrigerator, but I like it that way. I don't like a really stiff jam. So I believe this is really good. And I did it this time with that 2 minutes instead of the 1 minute at that full rolling boil. And I really like the way that that turned out. With some of our grapes, they were a bit on the riper side, so I had put those in the dehydrator. I had showed you that. And we've got beautiful raisins. I've already sent a small jar that was about half this size to my son, and then I also gave another jar about that size to my coworker. So they're really enjoying those. They're nice and sweet. And then with our jerky, we ended up with the
mesquite that Tom did, that was with the pepper. And then the 3 pepper blend. Then he did an original, a mesquite. And then he did the original with the spice, and that's the one that we showed you on the video where we were laying that one out. He said this one is quite a bit spicier than the mesquite with the spice because he put all those pepper flakes in it. And these are mine. I've been getting into this bag quite a bit. I love these ones. Any jerky tends to get into my teeth. But I can't stay away from this stuff. I mean, just look at that. It's so nice and soft, and it's just got the best flavor. I love the smoky flavor. I love the sticks. But since mine is, I mean, it's totally dried out, but I feel safer putting mine in the fridge. Tom's are on the chewier side. They're your typical chewy jerky. So his don't need to go into the fridge. They can just go into the pantry and they'll be just fine. But I want mine to go into the fridge. Plus I like my meat cold. So there's a few more ideas on different things that you can do to preserve things for your home and to have on hand for whenever you need them. I am finding that I have a lot of jams at this point. So I'm going to start doing yogurt with a couple tablespoons of jam in it. Maybe not even a couple tablespoons, maybe 1 tablespoon, because it is pretty sweet. But this Pluerry jam just has the best flavor. It is so good. But I just wanted to pop in here and show you what we ended up doing with all of that produce. And thank you again for coming along with us. We really enjoy having you with us, and hoping that we're giving you some different ideas on what to do with the produce that you have coming in and what you can do with other stuff that you buy from the store. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you on the next video.